Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen, Anderson, Bates, Bell, Berryhill, Block, Canella, De Leon, Fuller, Gaines, Galgiani, Glazer, Hall, Hancock, Hernandez, Hertzberg, Hill, Hueso, Huff, Jackson, Latta, Leno, Leyva, Liu, McGuire, Mendoza, Mitchell, Monning, Morlock, Morrell, Wynn, Nilsson, Pan, Pavley, Roth, Runner, Stone, Vidak, Wachowski, Wolk.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The Secretary notices the absence of a quorum. It's my understanding that the Budget Committee is about concluded with its work, and would all members therefore please come to the Senate chamber for session. All senators, please, to the Senate floor. Now present, and would the members and our guests be on the rail and in the gallery please rise. We will be led in prayer this afternoon by our guest chaplain, Kelly Boutwell, chaplain at Mercy Hospital at Folsom, after which please remain standing. We will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag by Senator Huff.
Let us pray. Holy and loving God, we thank you for this beautiful day that you have given us. Allow its warmth and light to fill the hearts of all here today with your love. Let its beauty remind them that they are good and faithful servants to the people of California. We pray for all of those who were hurt yesterday here at the Capitol. We also pray for all who are demonstrating that their hearts could be opened with love and compassion for one another. Bless these men and women with courage to work together to be inclusive of all people here and throughout the state. Give them the wisdom to know that it is love that conquers hate and helps people heal. And as they work together for the good of the people and the state of California, remind them to always treat each other with compassion, patience, and love. Amen.
Thank you to our chaplain. Colleagues, under privileges of the floor, Senator Fuller.
Introduction, please.
Without objection.
Dear President, members, and guests, I rise today to say a few words about the Eskin fire still raging near Lake Isabel in Kern County. But first, I would like to introduce some dear friends of mine who were affected by the fire that were coming today before their house almost burned this weekend. that they saved themselves. So I'd like to pay tribute to them, and then they're going to have to go back. Obviously, the valley is very, very hard hit, and the fire is still raging. But with me today, our Clay Koochi is here from the Kern River Valley today, and his wife, and they are two Erskine fire survivors. Clay and Darlene woke up to find that there was a very high wind blowing in their area. It's been very hot and dry there, lots of grass. This is a very mountainous, kind of remote area and community. They've lived there for many, many years, and the fire was at their doorstep. And they ran outside and started digging trenches, and their neighbors came up the mountain to help them, and the Borade bombers laid down a line of Borade, and their house was just barely saved. Many of their neighbors and friends this weekend, I went to visit the shelter, have lost everything. The fire is 45,000 acres, has burned 45,000 acres just in this weekend. And the high winds are still gusty and blowing. It is going to be 104 there. And so we expect that it will be very difficult to continue to contain. The quick work of Clay and his neighbors shows the strength of the neighborhood and his neighbors and Clay. I've known Clay many years, and that is a very resilient community who helps one another, who is not afraid to take on really, really difficult things. So if you see Clay and Darlene around today, you might want to say hi and learn a little bit more about the fire. They're going to take a little tour, then cut their visit short and head home. About the fire itself, over 2,000 emergency personnel from Kern and Tulare County Fire Departments, CAL FIRE, Office of Emergency Services, Bureau of Land Management, and U.S. Forest Service are unified in battling this fire. They're working really hard and doing a good job under really adverse circumstances. The terrain is exceedingly steep. They are receiving assistance from other local, state, and federal agencies all over the nation. And these are men and women who have been challenged by heat, wind, rugged terrain, and 3 firefighters suffered smoke inhalation injuries, have already been released from the hospital. There were over 150 individuals in the emergency shelter even after the 3rd night because they have no place to go. There has been 2 victims that have succumbed to the wildfire because the wildfire traveled so fast they could barely get out of their homes in many of the neighborhoods, and most survived with just the clothes on their back, and that's all. Red Cross is providing disaster relief. Salvation Army volunteers have come from as far away as Modesto and San Francisco to help provide meals, shelter, and emotional support. So today I would like to commend the bravery of Clay and Darlene and his neighbors, and the firefighters, and the generosity of Californians from around the state who have come together to help this community. I also ask that your thoughts and prayers be with the residents of the Kern River Valley as this devastating wildfire continues to rage. My parents lived in this area for 10 years, and we saw many fires during that time, and I've been going there since I was 2. There has never been a fire of this magnitude, and it's not done yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Fuller, and perhaps we could all take a moment to reflect on this fire and the other fires that are still ravaging and those to come, in hopes that we will be able to fight those successfully. And thank you for your courage and bravery in your battle. Other privileges of the floor. Are there other privileges of the floor? Senator Senator Pan, if you'd like to go first. Senator Pan, followed by Senator Liu at Senator DeLeon's desk.
All right, thank you, Madam President. Senators, today I would like to recognize and honor 4 children of current or former Senate staff who have been named as winners of the 2016 college scholarships awarded by the California Senate Staff Alumni Association. Here. This year's winners are Kyle Reagan Ma. All right, is the son of Gregory Ma, who is staff director at the Senate Republican Policy Office. Kyle is receiving a $1,000 scholarship. Kyle is a 2016 valedictorian at Bradshaw Christian High School, and he'll be attending Baylor University with a major in mechanical engineering. Julian Liam Maddock? Matoke, thank you for the correction, is the son of Lisa Matoke, who is a Senate Appointments Deputy Director. Julian is receiving a $500 scholarship. Julian is a graduate of Christian Brothers High School and will be attending the University of Portland with a teaching major and a music minor. Harper Campbell Sally Gray is the daughter of Julie Sally Gray, consultant to the Senate Committee on Budget and Fiscal Review, who I know has been very busy. Harper is receiving a $500 scholarship. Harper is a graduate of Woodlands Pioneer High School and will be attending Oklahoma State University. She'll be majoring in agricultural veterinary medicine. And then we have Carla Isabel Regoza, is the daughter of Lilia Macias, who works in the Senate Human Resources. Carla will be receiving a $500 scholarship. Carla is graduating from Lyndhurst High School in Olivehurst and will be attending Yuba College, majoring in business administration. Please join me in congratulating this year's winners. Senate colleagues and staff are invited to a reception on room 211, hosted by the Senate Staff Alumni Association. Thank you.
Congratulations. And a warm round of applause for these young people. And best of luck. Congratulations to these wonderful young scholars. And now at Senator DeLeon's desk, Senator Liu.
Thank you, Madam President. We're flying the flag of Denmark this afternoon in honor of 7 members of the Committee on Cultural Affairs of the National Parliament of Denmark. This distinguished group is visiting our state capital as part of a study tour to learn more about the digitalization of culture and media in the United States. They're hoping to gain insight into current developments and challenges in the world of digitalization, including copyright protection, censorship on the web, and cultural diplomacy. Cultural Affairs is one of the Danish Parliament's standing committees whose jurisdiction includes a wide variety of areas related to the preservation of history, the media, and the creative arts. It's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the committee, Mr. Orla Howe. And he's accompanied by his colleagues, Mr. Ramus Nordqvist, Mrs. Annette Lindt, Mr. Flemming Muller Mortensen, Mr. Jan Johansson, Mr. Mogens Jensen, Mr. Michael Alstrup Jensen. California and Denmark have much to share in terms of innovative policies on both sides, and this is a relationship we hope to continue to strengthen. Last year, I had the pleasure of visiting Denmark as part of the Senate delegation, along with Senators Pavley and Jackson, to better understand Denmark's remarkable renewable energy and early childhood education policies. Please join me in warmly welcoming the members of the Danish Parliament to this chamber and wishing them a very productive visit.
A warm welcome to our guests from the great country of Denmark. Any other privileges of the floor? Are there any other privileges of the floor? Senator Bates? For what purpose?
Madam President, under motions and resolutions,
Without objection.
at the request of the author, please remove AB 1932, which is item 141, from the consent calendar.
Without objection, that will be the order.
Thank you.
Any other privileges of the floor? Seeing none, we'll move on. Messages from the governor will be deemed read. Messages from the assembly will be deemed read. Reports of committee will be deemed read and amendments adopted. Under motions, resolutions, and notices, pursuant to Senate Rule 29.10, the following bills are referred to the Rules Committee. Item 18, AB 1014, under 29.10, Subdivision C. Any other motions, resolutions, and notices? Senator Bell, for what purpose?
Under motions and resolution.
Without objection.
Madam President, I'd like to move SB 321 to the inactive file, please.
Without objection, that will be the order. Senator Gaines, for what purpose?
Yes, thank you. Under motions and resolutions, I would like to request unanimous consent to return Senate Bill 875 to the Assembly for further action.
Without objection.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Senator Galgiani, for what purpose do you rise?
Under motions and resolutions, I rise to request that Senate Bill 1330 be sent back to the Assembly for the purpose of amendments.
Without objection.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Jackson, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to remove file item number 174, Assembly Bill 2799, Assemblymember Chow, from the consent calendar at the request of the author.
Very good. Without objection. Thank you very much. We are still under motions, resolutions, and notices, members. Want to go to consideration of the daily file?
Yes, we will be returning to motions and resolutions, but at this point we are going to go to consideration of the daily file. Under the second reading file, Mr. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 869, 499, 1645, 2161, 2710, 2885, 2206 with amendments, 1937 with amendments, 2584 with amendments, 1696 with amendments, 1763 with amendments, 1954 with amendments, 2077 with amendments, 2589 with amendments, 2361, 2354, and Assembly Bill 516.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Under unfinished business, colleagues, under unfinished business, file item 35, Senator Bell. Oh, that was just moved to the inactive file. Very good. File item 40. File item 40. Senator Hernandez, do you wish to take up file item 40? Not at his desk. File item 41, Senator Monning, pass on file. File item 42, Senator Lara. Not here. File item 43, Senator Galgiani, pass on file. File item 44, Senator Hertzberg. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1480 by the Committee on Governance and Finance and Ackling to Taxation.
Senator Hertzberg.
Madam President, good morning. Thank you so kindly. This is the Governance and Finances Omnibus Bill. There were certain changes that were made in the Assembly relating to the Board of Equalization, welfare exemptions, and restoring language that was inadvertently deleted 2 years ago, allowing tax collectors to recover specific costs. Ask for your support of this measure.
Debate or discussion? We're on file item 44 under debate or discussion. Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Aye. Pan. Pavley. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk.
Please call the absent members.
De Leon. Hill. Aye. Lara. Morlock. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Runner. Wolk.
Senator Hertzberg moves a call. Before we proceed, as a matter of personal privilege, colleagues, we have a former member of this august body with us today. If our colleague former Senator Ellen Corbett will give us a wave and a hello. Welcome back to our chamber. Very good. Senator Monning, do you wish to take up file item 41? All right, back to file item 41, colleagues. Senator Monning. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 1092 by Senator Monning and acting to business.
Senator Monning.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, SB 1092 requires short-term home sharing companies who operate through an internet hosting platform to provide a disclosure to homeowners or tenants listing their property about the need to review their insurance coverage to ensure they are covered in the event of injury or damage during the rental period. Assembly amendments clarify that the existing notice directed at tenants listing a residence for a short-term rental on the platform include a mobile home within the meaning of residence. Members, I ask for concurrence with Assembly amendments.
Any debate or discussion on this item? Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Aye. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Aye. Pan. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk.
Please call the absent members.
De Leon. Hancock. Aye. Lara. Liu. Aye. Pan. Runner. Wolk.
Senator Monning.
Pan, aye.
Senator Monning moves a call. We're going to go back to file item 40. File item 40, Senator Hernandez. Mr. Secretary, please read.
Senate Bill 815 by Senator Hernandez, enacting to Medi-Cal, making an appropriation therefore, and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Senator Hernandez.
Thank you, Madam President, members. This bill, SB 815, would implement the hospital-related provisions of the state's Section 1115 Medi-Cal 2020 waiver. The Assembly amendments added a reporting obligation for the public hospitals and remove provisions that went into companion Assembly bill by Assemblymember Bonta. This bill has enjoyed unanimous support, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Debate or discussion on this item? Is there any debate or discussion?
Oppose this measure.
You just want to get back to your measure, which we will be doing very shortly. Any debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Cannella. Aye. De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. Aye. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wesso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Leno. Aye. Leyva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Aye. Nilsson. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk.
Please call the absent members.
De Leon. Fuller. Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Lara. Runner. Wolk.
Senator Hernandez moves a call. Back on motions and resolutions, Senator Hernandez, followed by Senator Bell. Senator Hernandez.
Thank you, Madam President. Under motions and resolutions, I request unanimous consent to withdraw Senate Bill 1477 from engrossing and rolling and hold the measure at the desk.
That will be the order, without objection. Senator Bell at Senator De Leon's desk. Under privileges of the floor. Senator Bell.
Madam President and members, 25 years ago, I was a member of the San Jose City Council, and the City of San Jose City Council, which I was a member of, developed an agreement with a hockey team called the San Jose Sharks. We discussed the various names that we wanted to have, and we decided on the San Jose Sharks. And of course, knowing my personality, you know, I thought that was a very appropriate name for the city of San Jose to have as a name. We have with us today the San Jose Sharks hockey team organization. We have the Chief Operating Officer, John Tortola, his wife, Deborah, Sean Morley. Sean here? Where's Sean? He's not. Oh, he's lost. Okay. Oh, he's here. Sean, come here. Sean Morley was working with me at the time. He looks a little different now. Good to see you, Sean. He worked with the mayor of San Jose. Mary Grace Miller, legal coordinator. Andrew Kohler, counsel. And of course, we have Sharky, our San Jose Sharks mascot. Do the head thing. Do the head thing. Now, I know some of you want to do that, right? I know some of you want to do that, but